Oh, well, how can I refuse? 'Cause you're the one that I choose. 'Cause all I wanted from you was for our love to come through. There's nothing else I can do, but you're the one that I choose. That's all I wanted from you. A little more attitude. Oh, well, how can I refuse? 'Cause you're the one that I choose. 'Cause all I wanted from you was for our love to come through. There's nothing else I can do, but you're the one that I choose.
Bum, bada, 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 badum, bum, bum. Hey, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I've got to do the little mini intro on a Thursday. Like I keep saying, that I get a copyright notice on a piece of music that I've licensed for years, only on Thursdays. How weird is that? Now, I don't know if you spotted this. I don't know whether I've got it on here. I don't think I have. Earlier in the preamble section, if you load it up, if you load a message with emojis, they bounce all over the screen. But I don't think any of you were watching, because I was doing it and they were banging about and it was fun, but nobody else spotted it. So it's the way it goes. You may also have noticed that I haven't turned on the music, but don't worry, I can do all of these things because I have got a multi-brain, like the Meta. There it goes. Yeah, Rouse, how are you, my friend? Unfortunately, it's not working on here. And now, am I getting all joltery here? I am, aren't I? Right, let me get rid of that and that and see if that helps. That's a bit dodgy, isn't it? How am I looking on your screen? I'm looking a bit on mine. Let me just pull up my YouTube. Let's see what I look like to you guys. I think it's settled down now. It's a little bit jittery. Yeah, it actually does skipped frames. Well, that's not very good, is it? Do. Yeah, it is a bit skippy, the bush kangaroo. Well, I'm not very happy with that. Very jumpy, says Eddie. I know. That's what it's trying to establish. I have been having some PC issues for 2 days on a run. Hopefully you can hear me. Let's have a look. Yeah, 2 days on the run. The PC's failed to start. I've had to unplug it. No, it's definitely not you, my friend. But I am going to... hang on. I can see why. For some reason, it was recording as well as streaming. And that's going to hit the GPU big time. I've stopped it recording, so let's see if it's looking a bit better. Let me reset these and see how it's... Don't know why it was set. Yeah, I'm still getting skip frames. Wow. Yeah. I might have to start and come back again. Hang on. So I've stopped it from record. Oh, it says stopping recording. So I'm still waiting for it to do its thing. I've no idea how that happened. Give it a second, and hopefully once it's okay. So it now no longer says stopping recording. So we'll see if, because you're a little bit behind, we'll see if it's changed live. I don't know why I pulled up YouTube. I can see it on my screen here. Do. You know me. It's a thing. I mean, 5 days a week live. You're going to get some issues on it occasionally, aren't you? Still getting skipped for it. I think that may have cured it. I'm not seeing dropped frames anymore. Yeah, it's looking okay, I think, isn't it? I think it's okay now. Smooth. Yeah, I just stopped it streaming and then picked up the stream again. Hello! Should we start again? Back to normal. Wow. Not sure what happened there. I think because somehow I'd accidentally started it recording. I think it was basically it sent all the memory and the chips and Techo stuff and the little widgets and the gizmos, and they were all getting very unhappy. So we're good. Thank you for that, guys. What I was saying was, I'll show you, because this is really fun. You'll love this. I'll send us back to the intro countdown, right? And I want you guys to put a load of emojis into chat messages and watch what happens on the screen. I'm going to do it now. I'm still here. You won't hear me talking, but I want you to do this because I'm a kid, right? I love this. Here we go. Hang on. How cool is that? I love that. I was playing with it yesterday. I was having a right little... I was so looking forward to the show. And the intro came and went, and I was the only one doing it. It don't work on this screen. Although I could probably make it work on this screen. But it might get annoying. You'd just be sending emojis all the time just for the sheer fun of it. It'll happen at the very end of the show as well. I built it into the section at the end where I just play some music out until it ends. What fun and japes. What fun and japes. I'm so glad, guys, that we managed to get the show back on track without having to close up a stream. That was really cool. How are you? Thursday, we've got one more day to go. And then it's the weekend. The weekend. It's, of course, Cloud Gaming Thursday, which basically, I haven't come up with an alliteration that works better than that. I tried Cloud Club and I thought, And then Thursday Fun, and that wasn't really happening. Crystal, how are you? Guess what I've been playing most of today, Crystal? Yep, Disney Dreamlight Valley. I'm so loving it. I've got to go up to London on Saturday. Well, I hope I've got to go up to London on Saturday. It's for a rugby game, but the team we're playing are struggling to pay wages, and there was talk of the game not going ahead, getting cancelled. So I'm not sure what the latest. Anyway, my point was, if we do go up, which I'm really looking forward to, it's Brentford, which is just outside London. Just having a look. 4 hours ago, talks ongoing amid unpaid wages. So yeah, still no news. Anyway, if we do go, I'm going to take my Switch. I won't play it in the game. I'll play it in the car because I'm going to be a passenger. I'm a passenger. He's a good friend of mine, actually. He's a legend, my good friend. I won't mention his name, but he's essentially senior in the Royal Air Force, and he is also an Olympic shot with a pistol. And he's been into, not Olympic, Commonwealth champion in Canada and stuff. So he gets to go all over the world, and he manages the armaments for the Air Force, or their weaponry and stuff. But he's such a fantastic guy and a brilliant rugby knowledge. So I'm really looking forward to going up with him. I think we've got the tickets as well via the armed forces, so we don't have to pay. Brilliant stuff. I thought you were going to say you'd been invited to the big show in London. No. Would I go? Yeah, I would, I suppose. I mean, you would, wouldn't you? If you got invited, you would go, because once in a lifetime. Well, it may not be, of course. I mean, how old is Charlie these days? He's in his late 70s, isn't he? Hey, Christian. Spectrum, how are you, my friend? He's in his late 70s. So with the best will in the world, Mummy went on for 94, 95. Chaps don't live as long as ladies. It's an absolute scientific fact. Hello, Phoenix. After McNoon. Are you having one of them boigers? The boigers and fries? Merch. Yeah, anyway, you may not, so who knows? And then we'll get his son, young Wilhelm, because they're all of German descent, of course, the British royal family. Hey, Big Gaz, hello all, I hope you're all okay. Nice to see you again, Rokk. Hope you're having a nice day. Thank you, my friend. What mic works for Twitch only? Oh no. I was in the Army Cadets as Eddie when I was younger and used to love the ranges. Got all my shooting qualies and was shooting from 800 yards. It's great, isn't it? I've done a little bit of that. Do you have a cough, Rokk? Why? Because of that? No? What are you saying? Is this a threat? Is your head hurting, son? Because it's gonna. Oh no. Errol, fetch the piggies. So, what are you saying? You said muck. You said muck afternoon. I'm just repeating what you said. Cheeky scamp. Right. Let's get over to Larry. We'll get down to the news. Raymond, how are you, my friend? Great to see you. What does your jumper say? I don't know. I can't read it backwards. What does it say? one of my pieces of merch that I think I've sold I think in the lifetime of my merch, I've sold something like 2 caps and 3 tops. One top I actually bought. Actually, do you know what, Phoenix? And I know you thought that was funny. I actually set up our company email marketing service, and I called it Correspond, with Rokk spelt backwards. Oh, yes. You see what I did there? Oh, yes. Let me see. Got Larry. Larry's going. So let's get over and see what GeForce are up to, shall we? Oh, Larry. No. Larry, where's your screen, dude? Oh, mate. He told me he was ready. Hang on. I'll get him sorted, don't you worry. I'll get him sorted. Come here, Lazar. There he is. News page. Boom. There we are. And then I suppose I ought to move myself as well, because that's what you do, isn't it? I'm not going to change my position because I've got my microphone to the left. So what I'm going to do is, by the miracle of wonders and technology, scratchy nose, where am I here? Camera. Here it is. Yeah, it's going to move. Life on the ocean waves. Hey, whoa. GeForce Now. Here we are, guys. It's Thursday. It's GeForce Now Thursday. The blog comes out. Thursday's the day we're going to do cloud. We do cloud gaming. Mondays, I'm looking at doing next gen, but oh no, I've moved. Hang on. But I don't know. Anyway, here we go. Mayhem. Little pun there on the month of May from our GeForce friends. GeForce Now makes mayhem with 16 new games. This is the one I'm super duper excited about. The Lord of the Rings Gollum. Miss Phoenix is always suspect when playing Among Us. Is she, Ray? I'm not surprised, mate. She's a cheeky scamp, is what she is. A cheeky scamp. It's Welsh. They're all like it. All of them. Daedalus Action Adventure leads off a big month of cloud gaming. Is KO on any cloud gaming service? I do believe it is on GeForce Now, young Adam. I think we said this, was it last week it came? Oh, look, it's William. William's in the house. You are all our sus. Well, I've not played it, so I'm not taking the blame. Yeah, Gollum and a few others. Now, Lord of the Rings Gollum, I have to say, does look freaking good. And also, don't forget, take advantage of their limited time discount. Hello, Rokk. Hello, William. How are you, my friend? I just do my task, Ray. Model Spaceship Citizen. Yeah, like them chaps in Wally on the space station. I know exactly what I'm saying. Don't forget to take advantage of the limited time discount 6-month priority memberships. Priority members get faster access to cloud gaming servers. Anyway, 40% off for Priority. You have until May the 21st. It will come around quickly. Trust me on this. I can put these down now. You can't see my logo anymore. There we are. And the fun in May doesn't stop there, says GeForce, because stay tuned for more news on Xbox games. What, in May? Yes. There was talk of it all happening in June for Boosteroid. So it's highly possible that there is not an embargo, but a sort of a joint green light from the end of May, June going forward, which is possibly why there is that going on. By the way, I've got not an apology, a clarification on the whole CMA thing. So I went away after yesterday's show when we talked about Amazon Luna, and I did some research, because what I've been saying for the last couple of weeks is if Microsoft just widens its remit to include Boosteroid and Utomic and stuff, then they'd probably get ratified by the CMA. But I have some clarification on this from my research, and it is this: it's irrelevant. The CMA decision is the CMA decision. It cannot be changed. So what happens now, and is happening now, is they have lodged an appeal with the Competitions Appeal Tribunal, otherwise known as the CAT. Now, these guys are not in any way, shape or form aligned or associated with the CMA. And in fact, they have form in overturning CMA decisions. I think the big one recently was Apple. So what happens now is Microsoft Activision have lodged their appeal, which basically says CMA don't know what they're talking about, and then goes on to cite why they think this. And then the CAT will rule on that, and they will either side with Activision Microsoft or they will side with the CMA. So nothing now that Microsoft or Activision do is going to change any of this. It's all set. It's in the CMA report. As of that point, they're only writing on what existed. That cannot be changed by suddenly doing something else now, which is where I've been, my head has been, which is incorrect. So I just wanted to get that out there. It's not that I was wrong. I think I am absolutely right in terms of how Microsoft could have made it different if they'd have approached Luna and the library, the library curation services differently. But that's all done now. So it's now up to them to show that they're not a threat to cloud gaming predominantly, and that they're very open to having those discussions moving forward. Personally, I think they've got a very good chance of having it overturned by the CAT. And CMA just go away and lick their wounds at that point. It's kind of irrelevant, really. But the CMA are out to prove a point. It's all part of this current government. Bizarre. We've got an election today, by the way. It's not a general election to kick out the government, but it's to do with local councils across the country. Not all. I don't think Wales or Scotland are included. But what it does do is gives an opportunity for the electorate to send a message. Very often this happens anyway, and disgruntled folk vote for alternative parties or alternative councillors that represent their party, and then they change their mind when it comes to an election. So it's not, can't get too excited, except if the results are way, way worse for the government than anybody thought, in which case they are in deep doo-doo. I so hope that's the case. Neil did a ballot. Yeah, all of my family did that, Neil. Did a postal ballot. And to a degree, I wish I did out of protest, because I'm going to go down after the show. And we now have to take photo ID, as you know. Which is discriminatory. It's been designed to discriminate younger people, and it's authoritarian, and it's gerrymandering, and it's disgusting. And I know I can't help myself. I'm going to get my driver's license out, and I'm going to make a really sarcastic comment. And the person that's charged with checking the ID, it's not their fault. They probably feel the same way I do. But I feel like I need to voice my objection to this. What's up, gamers? Jem, how are you, my friend? Great to see so many of you, by the way. I've got you all on auto because when I'm doing this stuff, I can't focus on both. I probably could, but I'm getting old. So, Jem, thank you very much. Eddie, great to see you in lead. Dorrigan Phipps. Al Davis has jumped in. Hey, Al. Great to see you, my friend. Miss Phoenix, of course, we've mentioned. Reaver the Beaver, our good friend Ryan, Simply William, who we've already mentioned as well, and so many of you, Ray, and it goes on and on and on. Spectrum and Christian and Crystal and Curly. So many of you all fantastic folk. So I just wanted to clarify the CMA CAT thing. So we all know where we are. We're on the same page. Check out Rokk Players later. I'm not 1,000% sure who is on it, but if it's the people I think it's going to be on it, it is going to be massive, a fantastic show. I know the whole CMA thing is going to be discussed in more detail than I've given it on this show, plus a load more. And I can guarantee you, because this is how he rocks, Bjorn will always have some stuff that I wasn't even aware of in the news. Popcorn! Fantastic, Phoenix. Right, so look at this. This is it. Me, the ring. What does he say? What does the little fella say? No need to be sneaky about it. Lord of the Rings Gollum from Daedalic Entertainment comes to GeForce Now, day and date. We haven't had a lot of those recently, so I'm super pumped for that. Thursday, May the 25th, the action-adventure game, an epic interactive experience, takes place in parallel to the events described in The Fellowship of the Ring. Now, a lot of people, including my very good friend William in the chat and Bjorn as well, are really, really up on their Tolkien, and they know these books inside out. So I always think it's quite dangerous when they deviate from the main lore or the main canon, because people like William and Bjorn are like, I don't think he'd do that. Tolkien was quite specific about this. So it'll be Schmiegel. Thank you, Ryan. He can do a mean Schmiegel. So we'll see. It'll be really interesting to get the opinion of those guys. Maybe even today on players. Climb the mountains of Mordor, sneak around Mirkwood, and make difficult choices. Who will gain the upper hand? The cunning Gollum or the innocent Schmiegel? Priority and Ultimate members can experience the epic story with support for RTX ray tracing. You see, another point. Yesterday, there was not flamed, but there were people in the chat saying free is brilliant. Nothing wrong with free. Free for GeForce Now is awesome. And I was, it's not. And the key thing is, look, it says it here in black and white. Free don't give you no ray tracing. You don't get the DLSS RTX stuff because it's whacking you down on 2 series cards, I believe. Which, in fairness, is probably what you get with Shadow these days, out the gate. But you do see such a difference with Priority and Ultimate. That said, it's there. It's if you want it for free. Another good friend of mine, not many of them, in fact, one hand probably, he did actually try the free the other day. And I said to him, I've got 3-day free passes, mate. Could have given it a go on there. But he said, no, he just wanted to check that his computer could run it because his broadband, he's moved into a new house and the broadband's atrocious. They had to use this provider and it's dire and he's hoping it's going to get uprated. So he just wanted to test that it would work, which makes perfect sense. He didn't have to pay. He tried it out. He got all sorts of results. He said it really wasn't great, but he loves the idea. So, he's just waiting for his local network to get uprated and then it's all going to be good. So I thought that was quite a viable use of the whole free thing. So we'll have a look at this now, shall we? I think I've got my audio off. I'll turn it off anyway. You can just about see the screen. I'll turn that off. That's a bit bigger. There we go. RTX on. Ooh. There he is. There's the little... Oh, look at that. There's Doragon, the dragon. With his saber in his mouth. I've seen the video, mate. Cutscenes always look good. I can sound like... It's good to know, my friend. It's good to know. Well, that looks like a scene in Destiny from a while back. Yeah, look, they've put effort into this. That looks nice. I want to see some gameplay. Is it third person? Is it first person? Is it... It's RTX, so they've obviously optimized it for quality. Oh, here he goes. Look at it. Gorgeous graphics. So this is obviously in-game from the engine, even if it's cutscenes. Oh, nice, Ryan. Anyway, doesn't tell us anything, does it? Except, let's go back. Oh, no, stop. Except, stop it! Oh, I just missed it. Stop it there. Oh, no, there we go. What was I looking for? Oh, yeah, here you go. PS5 for Xbox X, Xbox One, Steam, GeForce Now. Now, that's unusual to see that. That's good. And that's obviously why it's coming day and date. There's a little bit of a deal going on here. I'm not suggesting money exchanged hands at all. If anything, it was probably to do with support on the whole RTX side. Excuse me. So, yeah, we didn't really get from that, but I'm assuming it's good. It's going to be May, and that means more. And when's that coming out? 20... Didn't say, did it? Didn't say. It's this... Oh, here we go. May 25th. Brilliant. Oh, good. I'll be out back from holiday then as well. It's going to be May, and that means more of the best games. Age of Wonders. We're going to have a look at some of these games now. We oft do this on a Thursday, don't we? Let me lean myself back. There we go. So Age of Wonders, Showgunners. Those are the 2 new games joining the cloud this week. Not a huge library, so they've bolstered it with other titles coming in the month. Occupy Mars, the game. Now, I think this is on GeForce Now because I have played and completed it, and I am 99% certain that... No, I'm thinking of Deliver Us Mars, aren't I? Not Occupy Mars, sorry. TT Isle of Man. I did wonder to myself whether my American friends who aren't necessarily familiar with the Isle of Man may have thought that this was a slightly effeminate game. With nothing to do with racing on motorbikes. I don't know. Far Cry 6, Tin Hearts, I'll cut that out, by the way. The Outlast Trials, Warhammer 40,000 Bolt Gun, Blooming Business, Casino, Railway Empire 2, The Lord of the Rings, May 25th. Above Snakes, System Shock, Patch Quest, The Ascent. That's a great game. I completed that on Game Pass. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Conqueror's Blade and Lawn Mower Simulation. 23 games announced in April, plus another 8 that joined GeForce Now. Yeah, whatever. So, let's have a quick look at these then. We'll have a quick butcher's look. We make our way over here. Yep, I was born in 1910, that is correct. So Age of Wonders, it's a kind of a Bjorn game, I think, this one. It's rule your fantasy realm, explore new magical blah blah blahs. It's a strategy, 4-player, tactical RPG, fantasy, colourful cards thing. It's not... Do you know what? It's a kind of game I stand to be persuaded on. I mean, William was saying the other day on Rokk Show, and I wholeheartedly agree, any game that requires an encyclopedia to learn how to play, or, a lot of effort, I think, unless your mind is set that way, a lot of people's are, I just can't be doing it. So, for example, when we did the Baldur's Gate video, hey Pedder, how are you, my friend? When I did the Baldur's Gate video with William and Wilson, I can't think who else was in it. I think Ray may have been in it. Because William was explaining the game, and I got much more from it versus if I just jumped in and was trying to kind of get my head around it. Do you understand? Now with this looks like one of those where I'd need to go and watch Bjorn's video that explains the game or something. I feel like this isn't a game that you could just jump into. It's a strategy game. It's like, Humankind and all that stuff. Any road up, it's Age of Wonders 4, and it is $41.99. Caseball. Hello, Caseball. Bolt Gun equals Doom videos equal purchase 100%. Bolt Gun is a site where you can buy discounted games. Is that correct? Seems to ring a bell. Age of Wonders 4, it's out now. Came out on the 2nd of May. Very positive. 2,300. Very popular Age of Wonders. Extremely popular. So I'm not hugely surprised. I don't know what's improved, but it's if that's your bag, get yourselves over and buy a copy. You can play it on GeForce Now. Warhammer Bolt Gun. Gotcha. Right. Gotcha, mate. Gotcha. Showgunners. New release on Steam. Another warning page. Devolver. Awesome. This is another strategy turn-based. I never used to like them. It's the kind of Baldur's Gate thing where You know, you shoot, you wait, they shoot you, you shoot back, and so on. But actually, I can't think which one it was. I played a game and got into it and actually quite like it. You do. I just mentioned it. I'm sure I did, but I forget. I'm old. I'm old, mate. Give me a break, dude. It's so funny because when I'm in any stream for anybody, and there's always someone going, oh, it's my birthday tomorrow, I'm so old, I'm 28 or whatever. And then yesterday I was in Walt Vetney's stream with his chunk of admiring lady fans. And there was one there saying, I'm older than all of you. I'm thinking, right, here we go. And she said, I'm 50. I don't know that I should be so proud of always being the oldest person. I don't know. When you know what? It's like whenever you bump into an old person from my age on, they always do it. They go, hello, yeah, I'm 78 years old, you know. I met a guy for a coffee business meeting last week, and we were sat there, a chattering, and this little old fella comes up, right? I said, honest to God truth, I could see he'd beamed in on me. It's a little guy, he was really short, so like a little thin old fella. And he comes right up, and I'm thinking, oh no, he's obviously got dementia or something. I'll be friendly. And he starts telling jokes. It was the funniest thing. He points out the window and he goes, a Devonshire accent, I won't do it. Look at him out there. He's not got any socks or shoes on. I thought I'll play along with it. I went, who? And he went, that's Seagull. I was like, what? And he's giving me all these jokes, and he's going, yeah, well, when I was young, I used to do the circuit, and I was up and down the county. And I'm 78 years old, you know. It's like classic. That's what the old folk do, isn't it? They do. And he had his hand on my mate's knee, and I said, do you know each other then? I'm 78 years old. Oh, yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Anyway, he told me another couple of jokes, which I forget now. Something to do with Australia. Off he toddled, and then I could see him looking back, thinking, oh, I've just thought of another one. I said to my friend, look out the window, just look. I could see he comes back. Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, brilliant. Off he toddled, and I could see him thinking, I've got more. Oh, God. Anyway, he disappeared at this point. I shook his hand. He said I was a black belt in judo, and he shook my hand, and he's like crushing my fingers. I said, mate, I'll never play the piano again. That's what old folk do, isn't it? I'm 86. This November. Are you? Good on you, dude. Anyway, so this here is Showgunners. And as we say, it's a turn-based thing. You know, you get so many shots and stuff. The price of said game, 10% discount, which we often see. Do you know, I was thinking about this. I think part of the reason why they discount these games is because it gets them into a list of discounted games, which I'm guessing when people go to Steam and they're looking for a new game, they're either going to look for the free-to-plays first or the discounts. So if you just knock 5 or 10% off, it gets you into that list. So it's kind of a marketing thing, particularly if you're not a big brand. I'm not sure this is or not. But I was thinking that the other day. It's kind of how it works, isn't it? It looks all right, though. It's got very positive, not many, but 60 very positive views. It's from Artificer, and Good Shepherd is the publisher. But that's not bad. It's £22.50. It's called it $26. Yeah, that's all good. It's all good. Now, those are the only two new games that are coming out this week on GeForce Now. With these coming up soon. So yeah, this one, Occupy Mars, intrigues me. Let's see what that's all about. What's it all about, me? Well, it does look a lot like Deliver Us Mars, even if it isn't Deliver Us Mars. Resource management. So it's one of those kind of build your world and make sure you don't run out of carrots and, make friends with Mickey and all that stuff. Survive and colonize Mars in a highly technical, let's be out the door, open world sandbox game. Build and upgrade your base, discover new regions, conduct mining operations, retrieve water. generate oxygen, grow crops, and fix broken parts. They haven't done much of a sales job on it, though, have they? No reviews. Oh, bless. What's it flogging for? So planned release date 10th of May. Doesn't mention a price. But we know, we knew it was kind of coming early. Caseball! Thought I'd try Redfall again. I was wrong about giving it a 4. Should have been a 2. Oh, Caseball, come on, brother. Although I haven't played it, I played it a little bit after the show last night. I haven't played it today because I've been playing Disney. Dreamlight Valley. I have. But I played it last night. I thought it was good. I don't understand. Like the stream, if you didn't yet. Oh, thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. Bless you. Thank you very, very much. I don't know. Firstly, apologies to Crystal. She pointed this out to me. It's a thing I do. I wasn't aware of it before she pointed it out. And now I'm really conscious of it. And it's itching my nose with my middle finger. I don't know. It's a nervous tick. What can I say? I've got a million of them. If you don't like that one, I've got more. So I don't mean to offend people by using the bird. It just happens to be, I've got an itchy forehead now. I don't know why. I just itch. I don't know. It's the 40,000 bacteria that are swarming around the upper top of my nose. It's just the way it goes. I wish you hadn't pointed it out, Crystal. I'm so conscious of it now. Anyway, Occupy Mars. No idea on the price. I'm going to put my neck out a little bit and say I doubt it's going to be expensive because it doesn't look like an expensive game to me. But could be good. TT Isle of Man. So, those of you that do not know, the Isle of Man is indeed an island just off the coast of the UK, and they hold motorcycle racing there. It's actually there've been quite a few deaths around the island. This actually looks pretty good. Let's have a look at the videos. Audio off. No reviews because it hasn't launched yet. It's going to be £40. There it goes. I have seen some amazing... I wonder if this is the one. I saw an amazing photorealistic Isle of Man game a little while ago. Now, although this doesn't look photorealistic, it is possibly purely because of what they've recorded. But you can see why, look at this dude, you can see why they have quite a history of deaths in this race. You can see it there, couldn't you? It's, you're literally racing at 100 and whatever miles an hour, or in his case, 230 kilometers per hour, around country lanes. And, this is not for the faint-hearted. So, actually, I should imagine it's quite a good fun game. If you're into this kind of a cycle racing thing, I should imagine this is pretty cool. The video graphics that I saw a little while ago, and I'm absolutely certain it was for this game, they looked photographic. This doesn't. In this, it doesn't, but that doesn't mean to suggest that it won't do. Particularly once you start slapping in all the ray tracing and everything else. Interesting. Big Gaz says, I did the beta test on that Occupy Mars. It was okay. Oh, that's interesting to know, Gaz. Is that a thing that you do? I mean, is that a job thing that you do, or were you just, or did you just get involved, or do you just get involved in testing? I've done one or two, but not many, to be fair. Ride, thank you, Caseball. Was that the one I was thinking of? It was all kind of photorealistic and stuff. But don't they have an Isle of Man section in that as well? Because I know it was the Isle of Man that I was thinking of. Perhaps scratch. I know, but the thing is, it's all well and good, Rouse, but I don't know I'm doing it. It's like a very mild form of Tourette's, but for deaf people. Oh my God. I am not in PC mode today. There it goes again. It just gets itchy. I don't know why. Far Cry 6. And the reason we're seeing that there is that I assumed before you could only play it if you were connected to Ubisoft. So that's now on Steam. Tin Hearts. A lot of love for Tin Hearts. A lot of people really like this game. Hey, Rokk Show. What are you up to this weekend? Oh, mate, how are you, Anne, by the way? I've got a question for you. I'll come back to it. So there was talk of me tomorrow going to pick up my youngest, but it looks like I may have got away with it. So I'll be on the normal time tomorrow. Saturday, I am supposed to be driving with some chums to London to watch a game of rugby. But we're still waiting to hear whether that game's going to go ahead or not. And at this moment in time, I genuinely don't know. The last bit of news here was 5 hours ago. Let's see if there's anything in the last hour. 57 minutes. London Irish players demand proof of medical insurance cover. Wow. I don't know if it's going to go ahead or not, to be honest, if I'm honest with you. So my question for you, Amp, was this. I watched a fair amount of your Redfall gameplay. I thought you genuinely were trying really hard to give it a fair shout and defending it, the graphics and stuff. I didn't get to see all of it though, and I don't know what your final verdict was. Now, Caseball in the chat here, as well as Dorrigan, they continue to decry it. But thanks, Phoenix. I don't know. We'll find out later, I hope. So what did you think in the end? What were your final thoughts on the game? Given that it's free to play on Game Pass, I think we're all in the boat that says we probably wouldn't have bought it. But I'm interested to know what you thought, my friend. Let me know in the chat, as they say. Anyway, Tin Heart, supposed to be a really, really good game. Looks amazing. It's coming out on the 16th of May for the PC, or at least on Steam. And of course, it's on GeForce Now. So you will get to have a look at it. It reminds me of a fair few different kinds of games, but I think it's got a really good little story to it as well. And a lot of people that have played it have given it a massive thumbs up. So definitely one to look out for. I'm going to race through these. Now, I don't know if you remember Outlast. I think Outlast is one of the most disturbing games I've ever played. I think it was either Rouster or Reva also agreed with me on this. Anyway, new game coming out 18th of May, The Outlast Trials. So this is a kind of a sequel. Red Barrels, the developer and the publisher, invites you to experience mind-numbing terror, this time with friends. It's got a co-op thing going on. Whether you go through the trials alone or in a team, if you survive long enough and complete the therapy, Murkoff will happily let you leave. But will you be the same? I was hard on it, giving it a 5 or a 6 out of 10. I think that's pretty reasonable. I think it's a fun game, and with friends it's not bad at all. The graphics are dated looking, the story is basic, but I think it's an okay game. Do you know, I think that's about as good a summation as anybody can give it, if I'm honest with you, mate. The more I play it, and Ray is the man, I mean, he's played it, I think, fair amount. But the more I play it, and you kind of get this story tree, which is quite nice. So if you complete a mission, then you get sort of missions that branch off of it. So you can go off in different directions. But it kind of feels like if Ubisoft rushed a game out, that's what it feels like to me. It's got some kind of Far Cry elements, but it ain't as good. It certainly is not up to the standards I would expect of Ubisoft, for example. Ray said 5 out of 10. He thinks the AI is horrible. I've heard a lot of people say that, Ray, or maybe they've said it after you said it. But yeah, you mean with the cultists? I know what you're saying. It's not brilliant, is it? I mean, I think a 5 or 6 out of 10 is a fair shout. 2 out of 10? Possibly. I mean, if you are a hardcore gamer or a hardcore game developer, then I think, you're absolutely right. You're judging it on your skill and experience, and so there's absolute validity in giving it a low score. I'm quite easily pleased, to be fair. So yeah, I think Phil Spencer apologised. It's probably Rouster, but yeah, seriously, Ray, did he? I mean, has Microsoft come out and said something to that extent, or is that a whim? From a dev point of view, it's absolutely terrible. It does have good lighting. Brilliant. I haven't seen it on PC. I know it has ray tracing, I think, on PC. I mean, I thought it looked okay. But I have to, yeah, I mean, some of the close-ups on the characters is abysmal. Not even in the whole kind of, old school Bethesda. I mean, I love Rage, and I just, it amazes me. Yeah, it's not the best game in the world, but it's not terrible. Says Ant, I think it lived up to a lot of the hype, which is what makes people look, yeah, but hype's a bad thing, isn't it, if you get it wrong. Oh, Ray's put a little tweet. I can't actually click on that, my friend. Oh, hang on, let me try it from up here. He has, wow, you were right. Sorry, what, me grabbing, I've just got to find your tweet. Sorry, not tweet, message with it in. Oh, here it is. Let me, oh yeah, Phil Spencer gets honest about Redfall. Wow. Don't worry, I'm going to pull this back. Copy link, and paste. There we go. Let's have a listen. I hope this. You guys can't hear this, can you? What are your thoughts right now as we head into the first week of this game being out? There's nothing more difficult for me than disappointing the Xbox community, he says. And just to watch kind of the community lose confidence, be disappointed. I'm disappointed, I'm upset with myself. I kind of revisit our process. He's not happy, is he? I think back to the 60 frames per second. We were shipping 60 frames per second. That was our standard. Critical response was not what we wanted. Pick myself up. What can we learn? How can we get better? Nice one, Ray. Thank you for that, my friend. Well, he is clearly damning. Wow, that is interesting. Well, that's a fantastic discussion point for players later. Must make sure that I hope hopefully you weren't hearing him and I was talking over the top. I was just looking at the sound meters and I couldn't see the audio coming through, so I thought I'd just transcribe what he was saying there. Nice one, Ray. Brilliant, my friend. That's interesting, and there you go. So there's no point in defending the game. The company themselves are not happy with it. Catch you later. Take care, Phoenix. Love to the doggies. What are your dogs called, by the way? Jem says they should have just launched the game at half the price. That's a great point. Then fix the issues later. I totally agree, Jem. Everything has a price point. I'm always saying this. It doesn't matter the quality. The price point is what defines its value. If you don't feel, Microsoft, that you're putting out a great game, then you just put your hands up and say, you know what, we can't justify putting this out at AAA price. No, thank you. Well, hopefully it came across from me. You know, we can't justify putting this out at full price. We're going to either hold off with the game. I think this is all down to scheduling on their part. I just think there's such a dearth of new material out there right now, new titles, and we know that they're all very jealous of the slots that they predict the games are coming out in, because they don't want to clash with other big games coming out later. And there are certain times of the year that is the best times to release games. So, you know, a lot of the time when they say we've got to have it out by this period, this date, it's because they are going to lose sales if they don't. But they lose sales when they put a half-baked game out there. If it was Cyberpunk level visual, it would have been forgiven. I would have forgiven Arcane. There's absolutely no reason why it's not 60 frames per second. I mean, he's making a good point, isn't he? Ant says, yeah, if the game was $40, or imagine if it was a Game Pass only game, it would have been fine. That's a good shout as well. You see, there you go, Ant. So would they have been roasted if they, because Sony would have done this, would they have been roasted if they put it out on Game Pass for a month and then released it on other platforms, giving that month to patch it and get it up to snuff? Old phrase there. Sony do this, don't they? I mean, they'll sit on an exclusive for ages, and then let it wander around the different platforms, or they'll do a deal. I think, didn't they? Maybe they're doing less of it. I was just thinking about Forspoken, but that would have worked. I absolutely agree. If they whack it out on Game Pass for a month, get it patched, because they must have known what they were pushing out, right? guys, we said about this yesterday. Guys, how what are we doing? Have we got a patch? Yeah, patch is inbound. It'll be about 2 weeks. Right, let's push it out as a Game Pass only game. Put the patch out and then release it on other platforms. Everybody's happy that way, aren't they? I think. Or would people have roasted Microsoft? Look at the CMA. Would the CMA have said, there you go, guys. You're controlling the supply. It's exactly what we've been saying. 1,000% publishers know. Of course they do, my friend. They know exactly what state it's going out at. Phil would have set this appearance up on this show. He would know exactly what's being said. It would have been cleared with lawyers. It would have been pre-scripted. He would have set this up to come out a few days after the game published, knowing they were going to get backlash, and doing the whole, which is good. Yeah, guys, look, sorry, we should do better. It's not good enough. Well, that's fine. But what about those that paid $80 for this game, Phil? Are you going to refund them? Are you going to give them half the money back? Are you going to give them something else? Are you going to give them free DLC? What are you going to give them? Because that's the bad taste. You can't take Phil's apology to the bank. Hello, I'd like to have a refund. I have a Phil's apology to exchange for a refund, please. It'd be interesting to see what sales have been like on Steam. I should imagine they've been pretty dire. And says the problem is if it was only Game Pass, then a lot of people probably wouldn't have bought it once it got released, because most people would have played it. A lot of them certainly, that's true. I guess the only thing is, some people own only PlayStations, and that's, or they can afford Xbox, but there's no way they're going to buy one. So it coming out on PlayStation is important to them. Some people want the additional fidelity of the graphic settings for PC, so they'll have hung about for that. The Last of Us, Jedi Survivor, Red 4 is Caseball making a mic dropping point. Huge AAA games with literally hundreds of devs, and yet they still release them. Best game from April May is Bramble. I haven't played Bramble in its current form, Caseball, but when I did do a review of it some time ago, of the demo that they released, which I'm assuming was a section of the game. When I played that, I predicted it would be one of my favourite games of the year. I absolutely loved it. Didn't take long to complete. It was about 20 minutes. But I loved the premise. I loved the efforts that had gone into it. And I'm really keen to pick it up. The only reason I haven't yet is because I applied to get a code, and then I spotted the developers said we're only giving codes to people who get 1,500 average views for their games. So I've written that off. For their game streams. I ain't getting 150 for my game streams. So I will be buying it. It's not hugely expensive either, is it? I don't think. Let's go and have a look. Bramble King. The Bramble King. What's it called? Bramble the Mountain King. Oh, it's more than £4.50. That's the soundtrack, you dope. I'll be buying it for £4.50. Here we go. $22.49. I'm buying it today, mate. I think it's on GeForces now, isn't it? I loved the demo. Such a good game. Oh, yes, I forgot it's available for Switch as well. I did have a quick look at it on Switch. The graphics weren't, for obvious reasons, they weren't as good. So I don't know, I'm in two minds. I might buy this one and play it on GeForce. I have got, coming tomorrow, Star Wars, not Jedi, the VR game, but the non-VR version, because I really loved it when I played it on PSVR 2. I played a trial, and I thought it was the best game I played on VR 2. And then I discovered you can buy it without needing to play it on a headset. So I've got that one coming for rent tomorrow. I also bought a game on Switch the other day, which I haven't yet played. I bought it for the plane, and it's called, don't laugh, it's called The Old Man's Journey. I've kind of felt a kinship with the old fella. But it's such a lovely game. I don't know if you guys, it was not expensive. I mean, it was like £1.50 or something. It was such a great game. You grab the edges of mountains and hills and things, and you pull them down, and then your little fella can climb up and carry on, and then you like move stuff around to. Just such a lovely idea. It looks really nice. It's got a really sweet little story and music and everything. Beta registration is now open for Heartland if anyone's interested. CD keys for Bramble, £15. Yes, Caseball. I hadn't even thought of it. Well done, my friend. Pucker. I wonder what my friends at Fanatical Games are selling it for as well. Seeing as I have I think I actually have an affiliate link for CD keys as well. I just keep forgetting to slap it down. Bramble, I've noticed just recently, 1874, good year for the roses, so a little bit more expensive than CD keys. CD keys will always win on my watch if the price is right. Yes, look at that, $15.99. That's a purchase. Thank you, my friend. Lovely jubbly. Rokk Show. Not many people watch my game streams either. It's weird, mate, isn't it? But I do it for a fun way to connect with the viewers, especially when something like Redfall comes out. But my Redfall stream, yes, it did. I think partly because you put a really nice premise in the title, and the title is everything. So, it was around the, is it any good? Let's actually check it out. Let's give it a fair shout kind of a thing. I forget the phrase you used. It wasn't a phrase I was familiar with, about giving it a fair shout. And that drew a lot of people in. I noticed that, my friend, which was, honestly, titles are everything. My daily stuff, I just ramp out the same thumbs and the same titles and everything. Because people watch it and then they don't watch it. You know what I mean? So there's no point in trying to optimize them. They're watched on the day, and then they're not really. I mean, they're watched a bit more. I get about 3 times the views of each daily video. Rouser says, I use CD keys to extend my Game Pass Ultimate. So did I. I did too, my friend. It is a good deal, but you can't get the 12 months one on there. It's out of stock, so I had to buy a 3 months Game Pass Ultimate, which was $21.99. I mentioned this to Ant actually in his stream the other day, because he paid for a month's worth, probably through the official channel, but as you can see on here, 3 months for £22. Yeah, at one point, 28 people. I know, it's amazing. I mean, I love to see it. I really do. I love it. I love it when I tune into your show and you've got a big audience. I love it if I tune into Walt Vetney and he's got all of his Hollywood wives in there and he's doing well. I love it because we're alumni, right? That's how I see it. We're all from that original Stadia school. We graduated, and I've still got vested interest in you guys doing really well. I love to see it. I genuinely do. It makes me proud because you're my friends. That's how I see it. There's so much jealousy out there. But as far as I'm concerned, we're all the class of 99 to 2022. You know what I mean? That's us. But yeah, it's definitely always worth it with CD keys. I don't know how it operates. I know some people in the past have said that, they've been locked out. I've been using them for a long time. I never get it. I agree, Rokk, says Spectrum. Yeah, 100%, my friend. That's how I feel. But I tell you what, I'm excited about Bramble now. But I've got so many games on the go. There's me Animal Crossing and my Switch games. And then I've got to finish Res Evil 2. I've got the new Star Wars one coming tomorrow. I've been playing Redfall and Dead Island. I intend to keep playing them for a little bit longer. I started Kena on PlayStation. Very nice. So anyway, look, Outlast, I have to tell you, it is a disturbing game. If it's anything like the original one, this is a disturbing game. I've just got to put that out there. If you love that, if you love horror, genuine make you jump out your chair horror, then Outlast 1 definitely did that for me, so I would not be surprised if Outlast Trials is even worse. No price. Oh, look at that. Oh. No price because it ain't out yet, but it is coming out in a couple of days, so look out for that one. I think I'm also right in saying that it's an indie studio, and they both develop and publish, which is to be applauded. You play along Kena Bridge of Spirits. I have been playing it, yeah. Well, it came out on PlayStation Plus. It's one of the games. And so I've downloaded it because everybody loved it, didn't they? It was like one of those big titles. Spectrum played this Outlast Trials, and it was scary. Played it on beta. Yeah, man. Honestly, if it's anything like Outlast, I couldn't. I go on about how I don't jump in games. That one I found too disturbing. After a while, I just couldn't. Hiding, and then these things are. Oh, whoa. That's my game of the year. Kena Bridge of Spirits. It's a great game, isn't it, my friend? It's beautiful. It's got a lovely story. It's got lovely mechanics. Yeah, definitely a great game. So it's free if you've got PlayStation Plus. So make sure you download that. It's a corker. Anyway, Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun, which our good friend Caseball mentioned earlier. He said it's like Doom and it's brilliant. So it's kind of in that space. So let's have a look. There's so many of these Warhammer games, aren't there? Oh yeah, it is. You're right. It's kind of real proper old retro style, isn't it? Pretty much. They have so many though. I mean, how does it work? Is there like a Warhammer IP owner in the world, and all of these guys approach and say, hey, I've got a great idea for a game? Or, yo, Walt Whitney! Or is somebody commissioning the games under their IP? Because doesn't it have something to do with the whole, paint your little people on a game thing? I forgot what that stuff's called now. Not Dungeons and Dragons. Warhammer. What's it called? You know what I'm saying. Is that how it is? Because there's just hundreds of Warhammer games. And they're all good. I don't think I've ever played a dodgy one. I just don't know how it works. I'm really interested. There's just millions of them. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, see all of them. Which it won't be all of them, because there's millions of them. Look at this. It's hundreds and hundreds. I don't know. It's like an industry in and of its own right. The world of Warhammer. That's right, Jim. It is like an industry. And I know nothing about it other than it comes from that whole kind of paint your little, elves and trolls and play with your buddies. Anyway, that's that. Blooming Business Casino, you can guess what that is. It's pretty much the same as Railway Empire 2 in that kind of malarkey. The Lord of the Rings Gollum, which we did have a little looky-poos at just now. I don't know if there's any gameplay video here. Price $42.99. So, yeah. I mean, for Steam, I would put that in the AAA bracket. You'd seldom go up much higher than that, or if they do, they're taking the winkle. Likely mature. Daedalic. Oops. Audio. Oh, look at. Oh, that's the audio. I'm sorry. I thought that was the progress. I'm wanting to see gameplay. Right. Okay. So it is third person. Fourth person, if you include the size of his feet. Games Workshop. Thank you, Caseball. That's who I was thinking of. Is it all to do with those guys, Warhammer, or is Warhammer a separate thing that feeds into Games Workshop? I mean, I should be asking Bjorn. He's one of these nerds that plays all that stuff, isn't he? I can see him paint his little trolls. That giant feet's going to go exactly. Look at it. It's massive. It's a size 18. Outlast Trials looks about 35 to 36. Oh, thanks, Gaz. Not bad. Not bad. Don't know what it would be on CD keys, of course. My guess, and again, I don't know the industry well enough to know this, but my guess is the price on CD keys is with the 30% taken out, or percentage taken out, that these guys have to pay Steam. Having said that, you claim it on Steam though, don't you? Because I'm thinking it must be like a retail price. So there's a price out there that you buy and you get a margin and you whack it out and you make your money, right? So somebody like CD Keys is going to be working on volume. So rather than taking their full 20%, they'll take 1% and give 19% back as a discount, making them very cheap. And then it goes to Steam, and Steam takes a further, whatever the slice of that pie is, I guess. But they're obviously utilising something in the marketplace. They've not been closed down. So I don't know how it works. I'm very keen to know. Focus Entertainment, amazing publisher, publishes the Warhammer games. I mean, they just put them out. Fun fact, Rokk Show, Outlast, the most scary game I ever played. Yep, I agree, mate. And I just re-downloaded part 1 and 2 and never played part 2. But it was a PS Play. Yeah, I played it on PS Plus. And I agree, it was the scariest game I've ever played. Blair Witch made me jump, but it wasn't mega scary. Outlast was frightening. And I'm not even sure I want to play it. This looks so good though, doesn't it? This Golem thing? It really does. It does look good. I don't know. I'm going to wait and see that price drops. But I'd love to see how this looks on GeForce Now Ultimate for sure. What else we got here? Above Snakes. Not sure what that is. Is it like the old mobile game? No, it's not. Oh, it's an open world survival thing. Third person. Don't often see third person survival games, do you? Like The Forest. They all tend to be first person. Looks quite cool. Piece by piece, create your own world and survive in this Wild West inspired survival RPG. Do you know, it actually looks quite nice. See, yeah, it's kind of got that whole Disney Dreamlight vibe. I'm now going to be judging games on how close to Disney Dreamlight they are. Do you know what? I adore the whole Wild West thing. I love the history of the US. Fun fact, we did the fun fact. Vet, says Reva. It's good to see Vet. It's always good to see Vet. You've got to watch his streams when he have his Hollywood wives, ladies in there though. He's on his best behaviour. It's so funny. It's not the Vet you and I know. Bless him. And all who sail in him. That's what I say. Anyway, what are we looking at here then? No price? Big Gaz, got any ideas on prices for this one? Above Snakes? I do actually quite like the look of this. Vet, this could be one for you, my friend, for your streams. The old chopping and then making of arrows and stuff. And yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on this one. I'm going to actually add it to my wish list because I'm quite interested in that one. I reckon that could be quite good. The Ascent, oh, Mr. Couple, System Shock. Wasn't that on Stadia? Or am I thinking of a different game? Probably. Oh, I have seen this somewhere though, and I can't recall whether it was coming to Stadia. I never got there. I can't remember. Anyway, 30th of May. So we've got a few weeks to wait. It's an action-adventure immersive sim. Bit of sci-fi horror. $34.99 as a pre-purchase. So fairly hefty price for Steam. Looks quite colourful. Difficult to know on that one, I reckon. It's a remake. Thank you, K-Sport. I thought I recognised it. Very interesting. I used to love those green screens. Doing my accounts on an old Amstrad green screen back in the day. Patch Quest. Oh, look, it's a cutie. It's a little cutie. Adventure base building roguelite. Oh, that ain't for me and Ray. We don't do roguelites, do we, mate? We don't be doing them. It's only $10.99. Bless. Bless. How sweet is that? That could be a definite for your stream, for your channel. The new family friendly channel there. Could be worth a look for $12 or whatever. The Ascent. I played this. It came out on Xbox Game Pass. I assume it's still there. I played and completed this. I have to tell you, fantastic game. I absolutely loved this. I think there was a DLC as well, which I haven't played, but I'm kind of $24.99. That's good, you know. That's actually not bad. I'm kind of, I might go and look up what the price of the DLC was because I just thought this was such a good game. It was so well polished. Mostly positive reviews. Oh, Curly, I can't recommend it enough, my friend. Just a great game. I mean, it is a kind of isometric thing. It doesn't really show it here, but you are running around, up above your character. But great, it's great. You're working your way up through a kind of a massive apartment block. And on each floor, there's different nasties, and they obviously get worse. And you get to the very top, and it's like Utopia with the biggest boss of all. But you pick up some amazing guns, and you can, you don't really see it here, but you can upgrade your arms, upgrade your guns as you go. Even the ones that are a bit old, you can go back and upgrade them and make them relevant and stuff. I really cannot recommend it enough. I think it's a fantastic game. I definitely highly recommend it. If you haven't played it and it's on Xbox and you've got Xbox, play it. I played it and it was fun. Reminds me of Death Carnival. Yeah, I mean, in the sense that it's an isometric thing. Whatever happened to Death Carnival, by the way? I was only thinking that the other day. This has got much more of a story, though. And I mean, it has got a really good story. And lots of RPG stuff going on in it as well. Lots. Top-down shooter, lots of RPG. Upgrade your character. Cyberpunkish. It's kind of set in a cyberpunk world. That actually says that, look. Give it a go, guys. It's free on Xbox. I loved it. What happened to Sky Climbers? So many games. Where have they all gone? Lawn Mowing Simulator, I think we've all seen that one. And Conqueror's Blade. This came out a few years ago, so it's just arrived on GeForce Now. Very positive, 27,252, mostly positive. It's on offer on PS Store for $9.99. Which one, my friend? The Ascent or Conqueror's Blade for $9.99? Yeah, I mean, 41.74. Oh, that's a bundle. Sorry. That is including the DLCs, which are £24-25 on their own. 25. So, I don't know. It's been out since 2019, though. I mean, it seems quite a high price. There's a new MMO called Chrono Odyssey that looks crazy good. Really? Let's have a look. I wonder if it's coming out on GeForce. Chrono Odyssey. It says Gem. Let's have a little peep. See if it's on here. No match. We've done on Steam anyway, so we'll just have a quick look in Epic. Just doing a little game on Google. Oh yes. Next gen MMO. Let's have a little look. Daily Motion. Microsoft. Interesting. Microsoft, and it kicks off with a PlayStation logo. Oh, this looks good. PC footage. NPixel. So what do we know about this, Gem? It's coming out, not out yet, but what do we know about it? What's going to set it apart? Is it the look of it? Is it the... has it got some kind of special features? I'm still waiting for that cloud-only game that's being built out there. I have to say this does look Unreal 5-ish, doesn't it? It looks pretty darn good. Sort of Elden Ring kind of a thing. Very Elden Ring kind of a thing, I would say. Oh, look at that. Oh no, look at that. Look at the graphics on this one. This looks good. It looks good. But it does have a very, very Elden Ringy look to it, which is just too darn hard for me. I'll have to keep an eye open for that one. Thank you for that, my friend. What else was there? That's pretty much it, really. And a bunch of April games. Very, very good. Very, very good. Michael Bublé. That's the fella. That is the fella. Sings a mean croon. But a bit of Epic Games. Right, but quick look at the old free games. Who was it asking? Is that why you were asking if KO's on cloud earlier? I think this is why I mentioned that I thought it was on GFN, because I knew this was happening. Let me help you with that, my friend. Let me go to, where is it? Cloud game list. Let's put KO and see what comes up. KO the Kangaroo. So it is on Boosteroid, but that goes without saying. It's also on Shadow, which goes without saying. So according to this, it's not on your dedicated cloud platforms. That's a shame. I played it. I loved it. Thought it was a great game. Reminded me of where is it on here? Reminded me of all the old Crash Bandicoot type stuff and all that kind of a thing. Didn't we claim Horizon Chase last week, or was I just thinking that we looked at it? KO Bandicoot. There you go. Jem's got it. Oh, look at that Sims 4 bundle next time. Ooh, my daughter's going to be super hyped about that. She loves a bit of Sims 4. Crystal does as well. Crystal, look at this. The Daring Lifestyle bundle for Sims 4, free on Epic Games next week. Ooh, it's coming soon. So they're giving it away by the look of it. Free games. Anyway, definitely claim KO. I highly recommend it. Oh, it's a shame that it's not on GeForce. One word violence. Yeah, no, we don't want to be doing any of that, do we? Imagine that on The Sims. Wow, is that what it said? Did it say that on here? Oh yeah, Peggy 12. Violence and sex on a Sims game. Surely not. Yeah, where are we? And then the other one was Against All Odds. That's right, I remember talking about this last week now. Phil Collins and all that. It is in-game purchases. That's a shame, isn't it? Yeah, it's kind of a... Oh, we went through all these last week, didn't we? It's that kind of... not Among Us. What's the other one? Everybody used to race all over each other. I'd never play this, to be honest. I've got to be honest with you. It's not my kind of game. It's free. Co-op, competitive. So, it's a definite one to claim. Play with... You're right, Phoenix. My voice is going. Excuse me. Yeah, just add it to your library. Maybe it will come out at some point. They seem to be falling behind, though, on adding the Epic Games, don't they? Horizon Chase, I think I'm right in saying this is pretty much one of those Android mobile racing games, so don't expect a huge amount, but it's free. So grab it if you want it. And then next month, well, it's going to be limited. Free games, view more. Destiny 2. Free to play. No, nothing special for next month. Unless you're into Sims. Jungle Adventure, Luxury Party, Fashion Street. All part of a bundle on the 11th. So there. Right. Shall we? Crazy Bad. Horizon has been a free game on Epic a couple of times now. Has it? I'm sorry, no. I don't know why I've suddenly gone all... Let's get over to the wheel, shall we? The Wheel of Fortune, shall we do it? Here we are. And we'll spin it, because my throat's going to cave in. I can feel it happen. Right. I hope this isn't the reason why we went all funny earlier. Right, spin the wheel. Let's find who it is. The Wheel of Doom, says Reva. Good luck, guys. Tomorrow, subscribers and members for the wheel. So we shall see. Slowing down. Hey Neil, good to see you, my friend. You are Justin. Oh, wouldn't it be funny if you did? Let's have a look and see. It's coming around. I can't see you yet, Neil, but you could be on there. Look at this. Is it going to be Reva the Beaver? No. Is it going to be Gadgets Kev? No. Shawnell. Master. It's going to keep, I think it's going to keep going into a Stuart Garrard or a Tally. I think it's going to be Stu. Get my pen poised. It is. It's Stu from Renaissance Men. Woohoo! Well done, Stu. And now let me pull up the next one, which is the game that young Stu is going to win. Let's go. Oh, fun and games with the games. He's a bit of laryngitis actually. Hope he's a lot better for tomorrow's show. Right, we can't see the arrow on this one, so we'll wait till the game arrives in its big box and see what Stuart has won. The Serpent Rogue. Ooh, the Serpent Rogue. Nice. I wonder if I should just pull that over. There we go. Now we can see the arrow. That works, doesn't it? Hey, Riva. Crazy bad. Good to see you, my friend. Right, back to the welcome screen. Horizon Chase Turbo has been given away on Epic more times than I've had hot dinners. Why would that be then, do you think, Curly? I mean, I know it's, as I said, I think it's one of those games that, you know, you go to Sky TV games and it's one of the games that you can play for nothing on there. You know what I mean? Maybe they've just run out of license contracts for a bit. That's weird, isn't it? Who knows? They should have just launched oh no, I've gone all the way back up to the top. I'm seeing Jem's messages from earlier. Yes. Right, now listen. When we go to the outro in a minute, the one where it shows members, I need you to put messages in with a load of emojis and watch them as they bounce around the screen. It's the most fun you can have in the final 2 minutes of a show. You're going to love it. I haven't claimed it yet. I'm going to be picking it up. Neil, I'm not being rude, mate. I just get an itchy nose. I don't know why. I don't know. They were laughing at me earlier, my friend. They were laughing at my itchy nose. What's that all about? That's afflicting. That's you know, whatever it is, the afflicted is what it is. Apple Arcade launching 20 new games, including a new TMT roguelike, guys. The new Pokemon trading card game app is finally launching this June. And Microsoft's Xbox chief thinks losing the Xbox One generation was the worst generation to lose. I'm just telling you, these are news items that we haven't covered. But they might turn up on Players tonight. Don't forget, 3 hours time. Get ready for it, Rouster. I'm going to do it now. They didn't bounce around earlier. They did. Oh, yes, they did. Oh, yes, they did. I hope they did. Hang on, I'm going to go and check. They should have done. I'm going to bring it up on screen. Get ready, Ryan. We're going to be doing it, my friend. I'm going to send you over now. It's not this next screen. It's the one after, all right? So make sure you get your emojis in. I will see you tomorrow. I don't know if on Players, they've got masses of guests. If they have lots of guests, then I'm overkill. So watch it and see. You'll find out. Right, here we go. Thank you, Eddie. I am going to send you across to little me, grabbing my belongings and heading out onto the streets. And it's the screen after that you can do your bouncing about the place, all right? Okay, all good? Are we ready? Right, here we go. Take care, guys. See you later.